Good morning and welcome to NBC6 Voices. I'm Jawan Strader. Putting financial prosperity in the reach of our people. That is a primary goal of the Institute of Black Wealth. Now, great financial minds have gathered here in South Florida for a summit where they will share the secrets of their success. I love that. Joining me now to give us a glimpse into the how-tos of wealth building are founders of the Institute of Black Wealth. Ted Lucas, CEO of Slip Inside Records. There he is, and chairman of Technology. But technology is different, though. It's N-O-L-J-I.
Yeah.
Why that?
We felt it was important. You know, you take tech knowledge, right? But we did a little twist on it. So
man, Ted is, man, can you tell, you know why he's the man he is because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's also welcome here real estate developer and CEO of Blueprint Creative Group, Fabiola Fleuranvil. Welcome to the show on Voices this morning. And you and I go way back.
Way back.
Well, we've known each other for years. You just never age.
Neither do
you. I love that. Well, welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's get right to it. Well, your respective titles suggest that you're valuable for wealth building. There's technology, real estate, and even entertainment. And Ted, you just opened up a tech hub to bridge the wealth gap in tech. Talk about that.
Got it. Sitting home over the pandemic, I was realizing what was taking place here in South Florida. And I said, I don't think we understand, locals even understand what's about to happen. I've seen, you take back 3 years ago, the cost of living has changed just that fast here in South Florida. And I think it's important that locals get involved in tech. You know, when we hear the word tech in our community, we come to say it's not for us. That's not correct. We're doing it every day.
That's right.
We just got to be exposed to it and get involved in it. And the source is a place where you can get involved in it. You know, I tell everybody, mom knows a child that's very smart, but he might be just in school right now. He might be working at Home Depot, wherever he may be working at. And you know he has the ability to get it, but you don't know where to send him at. The source is the place to send him.
So
get involved.
So give us an example of the tech hub then. What can folks expect from the tech hub?
Got it. So within the last 3 years, we invested in over 7 startup companies that's based here in South Florida. We invested over $500,000 in tech companies, startup companies here in South Florida. And that's just the beginning. That's before we even opened up the source. Now that we opened up the source, we got other investors that's partner with us. And we're going to make sure that startup companies that's here from South Florida, you know, we hear about that family and friend round and things like that, but we don't know how to get started. Well, the source is where you go to get the funding that you need. Investors get to sit down with startup companies on a daily basis and sit down with them and see their company grow. And that's what we're going to do at the source.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Fabiola, let's get you in on the conversation because real estate, that's one of the primary ways. We know primary ways to build wealth, but for decades, it has been out of reach for many people of color. Your thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, just like in tech and innovation, we're also not a part of the bigger landscape of what's happening. If you see all around Miami and South Florida, there's cranes everywhere, right? But how many black developers are part of that process? And even if we were to be part of that, there's networks that's needed, right? Access to capital is always a big issue. So there's barriers to even breaking through real estate. So we tend to not really see ourselves in the industry, so it keeps us from really participating. But you can start at whatever level you have. There's a lot of us who have real estate handed down to us, whether it's land or actual physical real estate, and we just need to understand how to, you know, leverage it to create wealth for ourselves. Even if you have your own home, how do you really start to bid off on that? In South Florida, our equity is increasingly growing, right? That's money. We may not think about it as wealth, but equity in your home is actually money that you can tap into to create wealth for yourself. So it's just a matter of understanding all of those things.
And that's exactly what happened with one of our previous guests, wealth coach and entrepreneur Cedric Nash on the show. He explained how his grandmother left he and his siblings money and her home when she died.